If you haven't yet seen the video of Tommy Robinson confronting a witless Daily Mail journalist in Tenerife, then you're missing a treat. The full video is linked in the blurb under this video, and I have no doubt it will rack up millions of hits, which will be highly embarrassing for the Mail, which continues to attack Tommy like a pit bull, albeit a very old, very stupid pit bull without any teeth whatsoever. But seriously, this is the video of the year, if not the decade. And I've edited out 3 minutes of it for your delight, but do watch the whole thing and enjoy the spectacle of the hapless hunter becoming very much the hunted when ignorance, lies and progressive liberalism come up against centrist facts and truths. Here's a taster.
Lutz Backman, banned from the UK. Do you think that's the kind of person that you should be in videos with while you're on bail for contempt of court?
What reason was he banned from the UK for?
He was banned because he's part of a group called Pegida that is Islamophobic, or is deemed Islamophobic by the British government.
What is Islamophobic? Can you give me an example of what he possibly could have said that makes it Islamophobic?
Well, he was, as far as I can tell, he dressed up as Hitler.
Fake news, that's actually been proven as fake.
Right.
That photo has been proven as unreal, as doctored. So that's fake news. How does free speech and criticising religion lead to people being attacked or harassed? We had a terrorist attack just the other day. Do you think we should ban the Quran?
No.
No, why not? Considering each one of those terrorists...
It's someone's religious belief, isn't it?
Oh, so
okay. You could argue that the people that carried out that attack follow a certain strand of...
No, they follow the Quran. Salman Abedi could recite the Quran from word to word. So you don't think that the book that he's using as justification...
No, I don't.
No, but yet you think someone who talks about it
he's using a bastardised version of Islam.
A bastardised... And you know that because you've studied the Quran?
No, I haven't studied that.
You studied the life of Muhammad?
No, I haven't.
No?
My intention was to come and speak to you, not to label you far right. You have to realise that you've had this tag.
By you?
By the media.
Yeah, by the media, yes.
Right, but
you are the media.
Right.
You're here to have this unfair tag by you,
right.
And you continue to push lies and peddle lies about them. You continue to, and not only are you happy with doing that, can I ask you, there was a judgment made against the judge, yeah? Not against me, right? The judge. Have you been to question the judge about his wrongdoings in my case?
No, I haven't personally, but I don't know if anyone else has.
No, so you haven't. Okay. What about the prison, who held me on solitary confinement for over 2 months? What about them and a complete infringement of my human rights? Have you been concerned at all about that treatment? Or what? Have you asked any questions of the governor? Have you been waiting outside the governor's house?
No, I haven't, but I don't know if anyone else
Your newspaper
has.
hasn't.
I don't know. I can't tell you.
None of you have.
Right.
Can you explain, as a Daily Mail...
This is the last thing, because I've got to go to but I understand.
No, you've come here taking pictures of my family.
I haven't taken pictures of your family.
Can you, as a journalist for Mail Online,
please
just justify how I'm far right? What part of my views?
Your views? Well, you've expressed views against Islam. And it's your association with people that go to these kind of rallies.
Okay,
but look, that's it,
no,
Tommy. I've got to go, Tommy.
No.
You've given me enough.
You haven't given me enough. You've come here. You're a journalist. You've come here to interview me, so you can at least answer some questions, can't you?
Yeah, I've answered them now, but it's all
no, you haven't answered them. You've said
I realise this. You're going to put it on to Facebook.
You've said because I talk about Islam.
Yeah.
Put it on. You're live.
No, I'm not. I know I'm live. Yeah, that's fair enough. You do this all the time. That's why you're.
So just explain. That's why I'm what? That's why you're here harassing my family.
No, I haven't harassed your family.
Yes, you have. You've come here taking pictures of my wife and children.
You've
come here and endangering my family's life.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't. I've come here to speak to you about.
And then, as a journalist, when you even ask one simple question, how am I far right? You say it's because I talk about religion.
No, it's
the
people that go to these sort of rallies.
Oh, so a football stadium has a few hooligans. That make the owners of the football stadium hooligans?
No, it doesn't.
No, so what are you talking about?
Look, I don't really want to say anything else, Tommy.
Oh, you don't. But you're a journalist.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're not. So let's have a conversation. Let's sit down now and let's have an interview.
I'll speak to my news desk.
No, don't speak to your news desk.
I'll come and speak to you. I don't really want to do it because I don't want to.
Why not? Because you've got no answers. Your paper ran a big headline saying I was a racist. Can you back that up? Can you explain that?
I don't want to say anything.
No, come on, just explain how I'm a racist.
No, I don't want to say anything else.
Why not? You're here to interview me. You're here.
Wasn't that astonishing? I think the most amusing bit was when a journalist who's flown out to Tenerife with a camera crew with the express intention of collaring Tommy is reduced to running away whilst feebly saying, "I've given you enough time, I've answered your questions." As I say, astonishing. The usual procedure when an intrepidly bearded young investigative journalist surprises the dodgy roofer ripping off a poor old lady is that the roofer is on the run pursued by the journalist, not the other way around, as in this case. But as amusing as this whole Daily Mail fiasco is, just think what it highlights. The Mail has run hit piece after hit piece on Tommy. This morning they had an article by a so-called journalist called Jake Wallace-Simons, which opened with these words, quote, "Far-right thug Tommy Robinson has been sunning himself with a German Islamophobe at a luxury resort in Tenerife whilst on bail. The notorious EDL founder walked out of prison on August the 1st after 3 months behind bars for contempt of court." End quote. The hapless propagandist Wallace-Simons is lying, of course. He didn't serve time for contempt of court at all. He was the subject of a blatant miscarriage of justice, which is why Tommy is now in Tenerife rather than HMP only. And these facts, along with many others, were pointed out in the comments section, 300 in all, and all on Tommy's side. So the Mail switched off the comments completely. An hour later, the entire article had disappeared as well, when the Mail finally realised they were on the back foot. It would be nice to see an article from them about Tommy's recent treatment, but this lack of interest in Tommy's political imprisonment is clear, as we can see in his exchange with the Mail journalist in Tenerife. You know, Tommy exposed him for what he is, and thus exposed the entire British media for what they are, which can be summarised as criminally ignorant about Islam, criminally complicit in failing to question the British state when said state engages in the political arrest of a British journalist and then inflicts physical and psychological torture upon him whilst he was unlawfully imprisoned. The Daily Mail camera crew were even filming Tommy's wife and children at the hotel in the full knowledge there are credible threats against them. The idea that the Mail thinks it's okay to hound a family on holiday after a miscarriage of justice, yet have no interest whatsoever in the miscarriage of justice, preferring instead to threaten the family and shout Islamophobe at Tommy, simply beggars belief. It's so far beyond the bounds of normal, decent behaviour, I'm quite literally lost for words. These smug liberal journalists don't really accept the reality that Tommy is a journalist, and he can therefore be treated, along with his wife and innocent children, with typical metropolitan lefty contempt. But who is the real journalist here? The man who flew all the way to Tenerife to interview his quarry, or the man who ended up interviewing the interviewer as he ran away when he realised his assumptions were being proved false and his sixth form media studies lack of knowledge was being exposed by the very real journalist Tommy? Anyway, all in all, a good day for us and a very bad day for the revolting, immoral, ignorant, adolescent left. And do watch Tommy's video in full. If it racks up millions of hits, each and every hit serves to show the old media, the corrupt media, the quizzling media, the obscene leftist media, that their days are almost over. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel.